All right, today we're going to do how to open up a school in New York. I'm going to share everything step by step. I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm going to go into the back portal that we have in the program, and you all will be able to download these documents, copy and paste, submit them to New York. Now, New York is a tricky state. For anybody that has opened up a school in New York, you know New York is a little different than all the other states. If you don't know what you're doing, you will not get your school approved in New York. Let me repeat that. If you're not an expert or a master, you will not get your school open in New York. Now, does anybody know how much it costs to open a school in New York as far as how much is your application? Does anybody know how much it costs just for the application in New York? And if you don't look, there's somebody on here that know, Leone, $5,000. So what is that telling us? Karen Morrison said 5,000. We know Karen Morrison knows because she owns a school in New York. So 5,000, 5 racks, 5 bands. You got to be really serious to drop 5,000 to open up a school in New York just for the application. Now, that's just for the application. We're not talking about, you still got to go get your building, pay first and last month's rent. You got to make sure your plumbing right, your electrical. You have to get your equipment. You got to get your classroom chairs, your classroom desk. You got to get your little office with the desk and with your desk and chair in there. So you got to get your UNA. You got to get the fire inspection. It's a lot of things that go with that. But just for the application, to even get the party started, to even get the ball rolling, to even be able to submit your application, to submit your paperwork, you got to pay $5,000. And we've had people that thought they were smart, thought they could do it themselves. They paid the $5,000, and guess what? They couldn't get it done. See, a lot of people can go to the hole and lay it up, but can they finish? If you can't finish, guess what? You got to start over. So now these schools reaching out, calling and everything, they tried to fill it out, time done tick down, they lost their 5,000. So guess what? They had to pay another 5,000. But they learned something from that. After losing the first 5,000, they contacted us. And we had to get the job done. We had to go ahead and run the touchdown. So you can try to do this yourself. You can try to pull your tooth yourself, give yourself a root canal. You can try to give yourself heart surgery, but chances are you will fail. And if you don't want to fail, get an expert. Simple as that. It's that simple. And we're going to go over everything. Everything that we cover today, not only am I going to tell you, but I'm from the show me state. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go in the back portal. As if you paid to join, I'm going to let you look in the back portal, be a fly on the wall, or just look over my back so you can see everything. Okay? So let's get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the screen. I'm going in the back portal. I'm going to pull it up so you all can see everything. And I will go to New York in the back portal. And in the back portal, what's in the back portal? What do you get when you join the program? Everything from A to Z. That's what you get. Well, do I get all the paperwork? Yes. Do I get guidance? Yes. Do I get online support? Yes. Do I have unlimited access to the back portal? Yes. So do I get the branding and marketing? Yes. Do I know how to start my product line? Yes. Do I get the business plan in case I need funding? Yes. Do I get all the paperwork for NACAs and how to get the grants? Yes. There's nothing that you don't get. You're actually getting $1 million worth of stuff. Paul Mitchell charges $1 million, but let's go ahead and get this thing going. Let's share the screen. Here we go. Can y'all see the back portal? All right. So the first thing you're going to do is look at your rules and regulations. If you don't have the rules and regulations, we have those for you. That's one of the first things you're going to do The very first thing you're going to do is the business plan. We have a step-by-step copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank business plan. It has a 100-point checklist, things that you should do before opening the school, things you should do after opening the school. So we just say we've done our business plan. Now, the rules and regulations. These rules and regulations, as you can see, it is 132 pages long. You want to go through here. You want to study your rules and regs so you will know what you can do, what you cannot do. This is going to help you some. But reading these rules and regulations, you're still not going to know how to open a school. I promise you that. But I'm not going to go through these rules and regulations. You all can read them by yourself. Okay, all the laws and everything, y'all can read all of that on opening your school. I mean, you can look on here and licensed private career schools. That's what you all will have. But everything that you need is back here. But I'm not going to go through the rules and regs. Y'all can read that. Now, there's really no, I would say minimum square footage or a certain amount of chairs. Now, you can't just have a cracker-box school in a salon suite. You still need room for a clinic floor, restroom. You want the restroom to be at least handicap accessible. You also need a classroom, an office, okay? It doesn't have to be real big or whatever, but let's go on to the next step. Next stage. What we're looking at here, all of these are rules and regulations. All right. Every document that you need, we're going to go over that so you can at least see. Now, you have to set up an account in New York to upload all of your documents electronically. Now, when you set up this account, you have to pay $5,000. And you have to fill out your application, and at the very end, pay $5,000, hit a button, submit, and now you can start uploading all your documents. Now, if you want to know how to upload documents to the portal, if you're in the program, depending on which level, we upload all these documents for you, meaning we do your push-ups, your sit-ups, drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables so you can have your six-pack. Or if you want to do it yourself in a starter program, you can follow these steps. If you get stuck, just email support. So this shows you how to work the back portal for New York and upload all your documents. All right. Let me make this bigger because some of y'all probably can't see this. So it walks you through it. Apply for school license. Then click apply. It's very detailed, telling you what you need to do. Okay. If that application has been started, but not completed, the school will be listed here. Click here. So it's very detailed on uploading all of your documents. It tells you what to click. Look, click new application. So you could have this on one computer or electronic device while you're doing it on another one. So this is pretty much kind of straightforward, but this gets a little tricky. Now, this shows you how to work the back portal for New York. Now, there are things that you're going to need. Documents, okay? You're going to need documents. Let's talk about a lot of those documents that you're going to need. Here's a checklist. We're going to make it larger, okay? Here's a checklist of documents that you're going to need to upload. Now, some of these documents, this manual, some of these documents are like 20 pages long. And it's very important. Listen very closely. It's very important that all of these documents are in compliance with the government and with the state of New York. If the verbiage is not right, if the wording is not right, if a wording is missing, guess what? You're not going to get approved. They are very detail oriented. They are an A-type personality times 1,000. So the agent training and Supervision Manual. And I'm going to show you all of these documents: attendance record, catalog, counseling plan, ability to benefit schools. Some schools don't do that program. That's if they don't have a GED, high school diploma, whatever. There could be an outside agency, a third party company that tests them, that gives them a test to see if they can get in your school. Description of how the school ensures good attendance, leave of absence form, master teacher class schedule form, program completion certificate or diploma, progress record form, refund calculation form, refund policy guidelines, receipt forms for students, student disclosure pamphlet, student ledger card, student transcript, teacher evaluation forms, the curriculum, whether you're doing barber, Cosmo, nails like Karen is on here, aesthetics or whatever, you got to have the correct curriculum. Now, this is one set of documents that you're going to need, and I'm going to show you each document, but that's a checklist for administrative. Okay, here's a checklist for let's see, agent training. We went over administrative. We did administrative. Okay, let's go over some of the documents that you're gonna need. So the great thing about this document, this is a SAP, Satisfactory Academic Progress. Each student has to have one of these. When you download this, at the top right-hand corner, there's an arrow. When you're in the back portal, you click it, and it's gonna download. And then after you download it, Francisco, Charles, Cherie, guess what? Star, Civil, you're gonna put your name right here, your school name, then the address, city, state, and zip, and then the phone number. Down here, do not mess with anything. All of this is already compliant. Everything on here is perfect. Don't touch anything on here. I repeat, do not touch anything on here. That's the SAP, okay? If you don't have one of these SAPs, oh, well, I'll just make it myself. Make it yourself and make the mistake yourself. That's what I can tell you. The next thing, teacher certificate. You got to have your teacher certificate. Well, I don't have it. Well, you're going to have to get it. You're going to have to go through a training, and it looks like this. I put white out over the names, some people in our program, so you can get that teacher certificate, take the training. School ensures good attendance. You remember that? All of these words, very important. You can do this yourself, make mistakes, or you can use this one. I'm just showing you all the documents that you're going to need. And the great thing about it, in the program, everything is already there. Everything is already there. Every student in y'all's program on their satisfactory academic progress, if you have a program that's 1,500 hours, when a student hits 450 actual hours, they need a SAP. When they hit 900 hours, they need a SAP. 1,200 hours, they need a SAP. If it's a 1,000-hour program, when they hit 450, they need a SAP. 900, they need a SAP. It's a 600 program, 600 hours. At 300, they need a SAP. 600 hours, actual hours, they need a SAP. And I have a free YouTube video on there. Okay, that UNA is a use, and we're gonna go through that, Leon, and I'm gonna show you what that is when we get there. The next thing, student disclosure pamphlet. It's already done, y'all. Y'all ain't got to retype this because you're gonna make a mistake. Okay, we have students, school owners, people in our program in all 50 states. In Guam, we only got one. Alaska, 2, Hawaii, 1 or 2. Everywhere else, we got multiple people. This is for Texas. I mean, this right here is for New York. I did Texas, I think, last week. And that's the great thing about this. Every state is different. Every state board is different. And we have everything for every state. Now with NACAS, the accreditation, That's on the federal level. It's the exact same in each state, pretty much. All right, so information for student rights. We don't have to go through this. All you gotta do is download it. That's all you gotta do is download it. All right. Look, people are already DMing me and texting me. Okay, so what y'all gonna do here? I will give y'all this. What you all can do, y'all can text class. Text class today, and I'll call you back and answer some questions one-on-one for people that's interested in being a part of the program, or you just got questions or whatever. All right, so y'all got that. So we can keep going. This is 4 pages long. You don't have to retype nothing. It's already done. We've already got the wording, the verbiage, everything. So we just make everything easy. And they're going to think you're a genius. When you open the school, they're going to think you're the smartest person. Your influence status is going to go through the roof. Student ledger card. Here's a student ledger card. Guess what? Click the button, download it, put your name on here. Name, email address, phone number, all of that. Look, it's already laid out. That's it. It's that simple. That simple, y'all. We make it easy. We make something very difficult really easy. That's what an expert does. The same way y'all do hair, nails, and all of that, I watch y'all on Instagram. Y'all make it look so easy. But I know it's not. You're a master. Teacher evaluation. What do? Download it. Put your school name, address, city, state, zip, phone number, email. It's already laid out. It's already done. Go to the next document. Refund policy guidelines. Boom. It's already done. Well, I don't know what the refund policy guideline is. You don't have to know. If you can just read refund policy, just download it. And in the back portal of New York where it says upload your refund, put this in there. It's that simple. Agent training and supervisor manual. This supervision manual right here. Guess what? We've already done it for you. We make opening the school easy. It's super easy. I know in y'all's brain, and y'all been listening to these other people and all of that, it would be difficult without our program. Or you can have Paul Mitchell's. That's $1 million. It's easy if you got the combination to the vault. If you got the combination, it's easy. Any test is easy if you got the open book. Look, it's already laid out. We'll move on to the next document. Refund calculation form for quarters. And some of y'all may do terms depending on how many hours in your program. Okay, this form will change the terms depending on how many hours in your program. Instead of quarters, it will say terms. Attendance record. It's already done for y'all. If your program is Barber, change aesthetics to Barber. If it's cosmetology, put cosmetology. Nails, put nails. It's already laid out for y'all. All the paperwork. Diploma. Type of certificate they're going to get. We already laid it out for you. If it's a 1,000-hour program, change that to 1,000. If it's Barber, Cosmo, you just change that. That's simple. All of these documents you have to upload to New York, okay, to their state board for approval. Leave of absence form is already done. Already done. The verbiage and everything. Y'all don't have to retype anything. Master teacher schedule. It's already laid out for you. Okay. Now, if you're doing Barber, Cosmo, nails, you would change the aesthetics. You know, if your hours are going to be different, okay, change the hours. Student transcript. All of these documents are required from the board. All of these. I'm just sharing with y'all and showing y'all everything. Receipt form for students. If they make a payment, guess what? You need to have a receipt form. Why do we have to have all these documents? Because New York's board says so. That's why. You got to have a catalog. And if your catalog is not 100% perfect, they're going to kick it out. And they're going to keep kicking it out and keep kicking it out. But here's the catalog with everything in there that you need. Start dates, holidays, non-discrimination policy, compliance with regulations policy, registration policies. You have all of these policies and procedures and things that must be in here. And it's already in here for you. General appeals for suspension. I know it may seem like a lot, but we make it easy. Not going to go through the entire catalog. Then, guess what? You got to do the curriculum, whether it's Barber, Cosmo, Nails, Aesthetics, or whatever. There's a curriculum that you have to do. Now, the curriculum, you can do that in the back portal, and this will walk you through it. I'm not going to be on here for time constraints and go through all this and upload a curriculum and everything, but I just want you to know and see, okay? So this is 21 pages long, showing you exactly step by step how to upload and do the curriculum, okay? You also must do a curriculum application. You have to fill out this application. Guess what? We show you how to fill it out. Matter of fact, we even fill some of this out for you. Look, we clicked high school diploma for you. We put English in, method of instruction, classroom. We put the 50 minutes in. We put stuff that was not applicable to you. Name of person, that's where you would put your name. You put your name right there, Francisco, or Star, or Trey, or Karen. All right. Telephone number, you would print right here, sign right there, date it. All right. Depending on what curriculum, if it was Barber Cosmetology, we would change this. And we would change what hours of theory and skill. The team will help you with that. Okay. Whatever textbook you're going to be teaching, most people teach from My Ladies. My Ladies. And we're going to go to their website today. It may be the Barber, Cosmo, whatever, but 99% of the schools teach from My Ladies. Some do Pivot Point, but the majority do My Ladies. We'll go back here. You're going to need a description of your kit. What is going to be in their kit? You're also going to need to have a description of equipment in the school. Tables, chairs, sinks, of that nature. Okay. In your kit, if your kit totals $900, I'm just giving you an example, then you got to do it step by step, piece by piece, and all this better add up to the 900 or 500, whatever your kit cost is. Okay. And if you need to put this kit together, you can go to Amazon, pick stuff, and then put the price or whatever and make it add up to that price. Because when you submit this, their agents, they're going to be looking at this and they're going to add that stuff up. All right. So I wanted y'all to see that. Then the curriculum itself. How many hours and what are they going to cover for that curriculum? Everything is here. It's all laid out. You don't have to retype anything. This is for New York. Also, New York appearance enhancement. 22 pages long. All right. In your back portal, it asks for New York appearance enhancement. You're going to upload this 22-page PDF document. That's simple. That's what you're going to do. A lot of people don't know, what is that? Well, I don't know. No, you're going to download this document and you're not going to do nothing to it and you're going to upload it. Okay. Also with the curriculum, you got to have an outline, breakdown of the hours. Okay. And They need to add up. This is a 600-hour program, so all these hours need to add up. Is it theory or is it skill? S is for skill, meaning you got to do it with your hands, like cutting hair, shampooing, or whatever. If you notice, chemistry, that's theory, okay? Facial and body procedures, you doing something with your hands, so that's skill. That's what the S means. The T means theory, like classroom, okay? All right, now, let's go into the other segment of a New York application is the quarters, all right? And we're going to cover every document that you need for the quarters. You're going to need a certificate of occupancy, all right? You definitely going to need that. If any of y'all have rented a building, some states you need a certificate of occupancy. Some states don't require that, okay? You're going to need a floor plan. You're going to need a floor plan, meaning the blueprint of the school. When somebody walks in, the floor plan, tables, chairs, clinic floor, classroom, restroom, office, reception chairs, shampoo bowls, hair dryers, that's what we mean. And we need to know the square footage, okay? So I just wanted you all to see an example floor plan. You may need to get an architect or some graphics person to do this. But you can't just write it yourself. No, it has to be professional like this. And if you need any referrals, people in the program, we refer you to people who are already vetted, you know, proven. Guess what? You gotta get a fire inspection. And does anybody know who's gonna do the fire inspection? You have to get a fire inspection. Who you gonna get the fire inspection from? I know y'all know that. Okay. The next thing you're gonna need, let's see. That's right. Fire department, New York. Karen know everything because she already opened her school. She went through this. You're gonna need a copy of your lease of that building. All right. You're gonna need a copy of the lease for the building. You gotta upload that in the back portal. Now, there's another thing, quarters approval. You're gonna have to fill out this document. School name, address, that's pretty simple. And we just did an example. So whatever room, you gotta label it, how many square feet it is. Each room in your school, whether the classroom, the office, clinic floor, etc. Okay? Now, next thing, you're gonna have to have your ownership documents. All right? And let me show you the checklist. And I will share this with y'all. New York is one of the more detailed states. New York, Maryland, California, pretty detailed. A lot of other states are not. There are states that you got to send a handful of things. But these are the ownership documents checklist. Okay? Your LLC. If you have LLC, you need a member certificates. All right? You can read through this of everything you need. I'm just kind of showing y'all. Most of y'all will probably have an LLC. If you have a corporation, for-profit, it tells you the documents you're gonna need. Each one of these, you can do your checklist. And you can go down the checklist. So you'll know everything that you need, but most of y'all will probably have LLC. And if you don't know how to do it, guess what? We can refer you to somebody that will do the LLC for you. And you have to file a receipt. You gotta have to file a receipt that you filed it with New York. You gotta have documentation to file a receipt. And then we have to upload that, okay? Next thing, the Secretary Certificate of Shares, if it's a corporation, all right? Commissioner's consent form, you need that. And it better have this seal on it in New York. You better have that commissioner's consent form with the seal. Example of a Secretary of State certificate is right here. I just want y'all to see how that looks. Now, the financial part, you got to have a 24-month projection. 24-month projection. Well, who's going to do that? I'll give you all a CPA that does these for most of the schools. He's an expert. He'll do it like that. Y'all don't do this. You're not a CPA. So you don't have to worry about doing this because you're not a CPA. All right. A balance sheet. Well, who's going to do that? The CPA is going to do that. Bank statements. Okay. Your bank statement, your school bank statement. You got to submit your most recent current school bank statement. So you're going to have to open up a school bank account. All right. Now, those are the documents that you're going to need for New York. Now, you're going to have to fill out an agent application with New York, and this will walk you step by step through it. You also going to have to do your director application in the back portal. And this is going to walk you step by step by step. And we have programs where the ladies will do all this for you. Some of y'all may not want to do this. That's fine. We'll do it for you. Or you can hire other consulting team or whoever to do it for you. There's no problem. Personnel document checklist. We can go through this. Pretty straightforward. Look, full face photo of your face, okay? Then there's a form, this reference form. You're gonna have 2 references that you can get and then have them sign complete, all right? Copy of your high school diploma and transcripts or college. A signed letter of employer verifying where you work. If I work at this shop, work at that shop, okay, verify. Your teacher application, it tells you here what you need. Signed letter from employer, copy of high school diploma or transcript, it tells you everything. Teacher permits are valid for 1 year, all right? Must take 30-hour methods of teaching. You can do that online. So I'm just showing you New York. You also need the reference sheet, okay? Meaning get 2 references, friends or whatever, saying that you are who you say you are. And you're going to put your name here, all right? The references will be here. Reference certification. Now, I want to share something with you all. What we did, we just went over New York, step by step of everything that you're going to need. Now, you can do this yourself, or you can get a team to do all of this and work with you. But I wanted to share New York with you. It's really not as hard when you have help. Nothing is hard if you have expert help. If you attempt to do this yourself, it's going to be hard. You know, it's almost like somebody trying to learn how to cut hair, do nails, or do whatever without your assistance. If you assist them and do a lot of it with them, it'll be a lot easier. So this is New York. So now what we're going to do, we're going to open up for Q&A, okay? I know a lot of you all, my phone has been going off, and I did put, if you text class in 615-496-3977, I'll call you privately or whatever. But now what we're going to do, we're going to do Q&A.